Churches United helps organize the 6 Mile Crop Walk with a route that takes you into 2 states on Sunday to raise money for community efforts to provide food for those who might otherwise go hungry. Joining us now is Jamie Horst with the Quad City Crop Walk. How are you doing, sir?
Excellent, Jim. Thanks for having me.
Let's talk about this 45th annual Crop Walk. You guys have a little bit of history behind you.
Yes, we do. And the 45th consecutive year. When you look at this, it's one of the oldest in the United States.
Yeah.
Is our crop walk. There's probably over 1,100 that go on throughout the nation, primarily in I would say the upper Midwest, out through Pennsylvania, Ohio, Indiana, and then on into the New England states. But we look at this. Iowa, in fact, it's number one in Iowa, because I think we hook the Moline, Rock Island, and Davenport areas together with the Centennial Bridge,
The whole metro area.
which makes us a unique walk. It's
Well,
the only one.
And what this does is it helps church groups and related organizations that help feed the hungry people throughout the Quad City area all throughout the year.
Right. And it's an interfaith
Right.
walk, and they always look for walkers. We probably normally average between 500 to 600 walkers, but it's an opportunity for them to come out. The local walks, they support local food sites, the pantries. They do nutrition education, and they also have food for the homeless shelters. When you look at a global picture, where there's quite a bit of hungry people out there in the world, 75% of our funds actually goes to Church World Service, and they're kind of the overseers of the money that from the crop walks that are held, and it gives them an instant access to cash for catastrophic events. But in light of that, if there's nothing else going on, they're in there building wells, they're building fish ponds, providing tools to let people know how to farm the land, and then also obviously doing some education in those third world countries.
Now, we've been saying that it's the 45th annual for the Quad City area. You started 40 years ago.
Yes.
Well, what made you lace up your shoes that first year?
Well, I can tell you that it's my 40th year, and when I first started out, the crop walk at that time was a 10-mile walk, and that was significant because the 10 miles is what people, third world countries, used to have to walk to get water and other supplies, and do that routinely, day in and day out.
Right.
So we started 10 miles, and that was up by St. Ambrose, and I mean, it was a grueling walk. As the years have gone on, of course, I remember my 9th year, because I had my youngest daughter was in a front pack. I had my middle daughter, she was in a wagon, and my oldest daughter, she was on skates sometimes walking, but then up the hills, she was in the wagon with her sister. So
but I remember,
yes, ninth year, I remember that just as it was yesterday.
Well, you've been able to cut it now down to 6
Yes.
miles,
And
crossing the bridge, little Centennial Bridge trip.
yes, and I primarily, I think when you look at the walk today, it's really, I think, the age of the walkers. We've kind of pared it down a little bit because we continue to get older, and there's some young people. Some people come out, they'll go out there and start the route. They'll actually run the route a couple times, but pass back and forth across the bridge.
Well, I think it's interesting also, since I was reading the history of the crop walk, and it actually started with Midwest farmers pretty much having some extra crops and extra money, and in a way almost to help serve post-World War II Europe.
Yep.
And Asia. And if you think about it, I mean, the Marshall Plan, all that stuff, and that this was almost an offshoot of all of that.
It all came together, and here again, having Churches United, they're kind of the overseers of us in the Quad Cities. Ann Wachtel, she used to be the chairman of the committee chair, and now Rick Martin has that task. But yes, we've coupled that all together, and really the area, the things that we support with local hunger and then worldwide, I can't think of a better way, and always looking for walkers.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and volunteers. And once again, it is starting Sunday at 2 p.m.
2 p.m. and we'll start off right at Modern Woodman Park, and we'll do about 1.5 miles, maybe 1.75 miles downtown Davenport. You come back by the river around Modern Woodman, you grab some water, then you head across the bridge. Prayerfully, the weather will be cooperating with us. I've walked in rain and snow and wind and umbrellas, and but it's still, you do it because There are people in the world that have to do it daily.
Right.
This is once a year. I can lace up my shoes and have at it.
You've been raising about $50,000 a year, and it's slowly been increasing, but you've made that goal at least over the last few years. Why do you think it's been successful in the Quad City area? I mean, it's long lasting. Some programs don't make 10, 12 years.
Yep.
You're at 40 years right now, or 45 years.
45.
Why do you think it's been so successful in the Quad City area?
I think it's a need, and what the Quad Cities offers, and the walk, and the people, and it's broadening. When you look at the number of people that have, I mean, gee whiz, when we started, there probably couldn't have been 250 people.
Right.
And we've had up to almost 1,000 at some point in time. But 45 years we've been doing it. I think that there are online opportunities that you have today where you can send out an email and now somebody can donate to your team or to you individually. That has helped us to gather that money. The last 6 years, we've gone over 50,000 the last 6 years.
Right.
We're hoping to get to 60,000 this year.
That would be great.
We'll see.
2 o'clock, Modern Woodman Park is the starting point. Rain or shine, there's not going to be any snow. Don't be planting that seed.
No. And if I do, then Eric will have an earful. So,
That's absolutely true.
Yeah.
Anything else?
No.
You can register online though?
Register online, and if you go to there's I think they've got a yes.
Well, the easiest thing to do, to be honest, is just go Google Quad City Crop Walk.
Quad City
and you're gonna
Crop
find
Walk
out.
on the Facebook page.
There you go.
It's all the links are right there.
It's all about the Facebook these days.
Absolutely.
Jamie Horst, thanks so much for joining us. We do
Thank you.
appreciate it. From the Crop Walk going on this weekend. WQPT is doing its part to support the military men and women of the cities who are serving